It's now time for Energy Insights, where you get an inside view and local perspective of all the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. This program is brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association and can be heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMOA AM 1490, FM 101.3, Jaws Country FM 100.9, and ESPN Radio AM 630 and FM 92.9. Here's Johnny Wharf, your local host.
Energy Insights on a Saturday morning in mid-May 2020. Vince Black is our guest. He is with Industrial Containment Solutions, ICS, Vice President of Business Development. Maybe for our listeners, as it relates to Southeast Ohio, talk a little bit about that business and what you do.
Yeah, so we are a basically contract service company for the oil and gas industry. From a rental perspective, service perspective, we lay containment, the rig mats, have the water trucks, have the roustabout labor to make sure everything's done from an EPA standpoint, protection, to make sure water zones are protected, make sure nothing gets to the ground, it's all cleaned up. So full circle rental service company, can do a lot of it, small player, but can do a lot from the oil and gas industry on all phases, from drilling, completion of Marcellus and Utica gas wells.
Vince Black is our guest. He is a Vice President of Business Development for ICS. And where's that based out of?
East Columbiana, Ohio, so northern Ohio up south of Lake Erie. We have a couple different laydown yards, one south of Washington, PA, and another one in Barnesville, Ohio, located off of I-70. So always looking for good local help, people with experience in the industry, CDL, Class B, Class A drivers, roustabout labor experience, people that have been in the oil field that maybe have been hurt by the layoffs. We are currently hiring. We are expanding. So anything we can do to hire local talent that can help the company would be phenomenal.
And when you talk about local, so that business as it relates specifically to the area, as we do this program brought to you by Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association, and we stretch into obviously into West Virginia, but are the jobs in this area that you'd be filling? So
we do some work up off of the Caldwell exit. For some players up there, a lot of Noble County, maybe not Washington County, but Noble, Monroe, Guernsey. So local as far as drilling wells right here in Marietta, Ohio, no. But local as far as we've had laborers, we've had drivers work here, travel 45 minutes, an hour. We put them in a company vehicle and they meet on locations, they swap in the field. So it would be a great presence to have people from here. And, there's expanding. I mean, there's always different possibilities of having laydown yards right here locally, depending on where the business is. There's some local operators here local, so options are always open.
Vince Black is our guest, again, the Vice President of Business Development for Industrial Containment Solutions. $164,000 question that everybody's asking. What have you been doing the last 10 weeks or 12 weeks?
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle. I mean, a lot of the operators have not allowed, obviously, with the social distancing. Offices have been shut down. Rig visits, frac visits have been shut down. So there's just been a lot of webinars, things through email, things through phone calls. So from that point, from a sales perspective, getting in front of somebody, it's been extremely hard if the phone is not getting answered on the other side. So, hoping the industry can open back up, the economy can open back up, everyone keep their social distance and, keep things safe, take the proper precautions, but definitely looking forward to things opening back up and hopefully getting back in a normal routine again.
Yeah, well, I've done the program enough, Vince, and been on a site and a frac job to know enough about, what you're getting into in terms of access to one of these places. And I assume you've probably not been able to do that at all.
Access has basically been denied unless you are deemed an employee that needs to be there now. This doesn't mean getting an invoice signed. This doesn't mean dropping off lunch, saying hello, seeing one of the guys on the rigs. This is they need something now to keep a 24/7 operation up and running. So it's, I'd say 90% of access has been denied on all locations. Maybe for the good, obviously, with everything that's going on, can be looked at a couple different ways. But it has put a strain on the industry without question.
Okay, last thought, and I know this can change every day, if not every hour, if not every minute, but as you see, let's just say, yesterday, things started clicking back in a, back to work state somewhat, and then next week a little bit more. I mean, do you see it? Can you feel that at all from your standpoint?
I think you're starting to see, some of the rules loosen up a little bit. Some of the rigs and completion sites and different operators are allowing some meetings and different things, keeping this 6-foot social distancing and some of that going on. So from that perspective, absolutely. I think you're starting to see maybe an influx of allowing some of this other stuff to go on as far as meetings and intentions for good and hopeful growth for the local economy.
Well, I appreciate it. Vince Black again, Industrial Containment Solutions. One more time, tell me a little bit just in terms of what you do, nutshell.
Yeah, so basically just try to grow the company, get our name out there. Industrial Containment Solutions, we're a full circle service company trying to service the drilling frac sites, plugging operations from an environmental standpoint, lay the containment, the mats, the frac tanks, the trucking, winch trucks, low boys, bed trucks. I mean, we do it all. Small company, but literally your full circle service company that can hopefully get out there and help your big EQTs, Anteros, CNXs of the world, drill and complete some of these wells that 100% are helping, our economy and the people in this area.
Amen to that. Energy Insights is the program. Learn a little bit more every week. We thank Vince Black for allowing us to do that, and we thank Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association for making it possible.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on WMOA Local Radio, Jaws Country, and ESPN Radio, as Johnny Wharf brings you your local and inside perspectives going on in the oil and gas industry right here in the Mid-Ohio Valley.